Keith Lee returned a few weeks ago on Raw, returning in a open challenge against Bobby Lashley, and since then wrestling a 50-50 feud with Karrion Kross. Keith Lee's been out for a long time, and this week he did clarify the exact reasons that he was missing in a YouTube video that was really clear, really concise, and from the heart in a lot of areas. A lot of people owe Keith Lee and Mia Yim a hell of an apology, because there were people hounding both of them for information. I had no information to share. Even if I did, I wouldn't have. Now, Keith Lee announced that he'd been suffering of a combination of COVID and its after effects, and also discovered because of the COVID a heart condition that was a problem so huge he wasn't even allowed to exercise. Essentially, he was told, go home, lay down in bed, do not move. Which is why Mia Yim was so vital to keeping him looked after. The fact that she skipped an appearance at the Royal Rumble to support him is incredible and really shows the commitment they've made to each other. It seems he's over the worst of it, and I wish him all the best going forwards with that. As regards the booking, the WWE have a clear plan for Keith Lee at this point, and it involves not pushing him particularly hard. When he was originally brought up, we heard rumours that Keith Lee was going to be pushed to the moon. It never happened. He was never pushed to the moon. He got the win over Randy Orton because Randy Orton wanted to give him the win. He got a wrestling match against the champion Drew McIntyre, but after that he was going back down into Gen Pop and wrestling for the US title when he was available to do so. He was never considered that big a deal. He was just brought in on a wave of momentum. So they're planning to continue that, but relieve the pressure a little more. The WWE are confident that his overall health is fine and dandy at this point. With this in mind, the concern from the company's perspective is his overall level of fitness after he'd been unable to train for so long. He essentially needs to get his match fitness back up. From here, the intention is to feature Keith Lee regularly in brief exhibition style matches. He has been pulled from the intended plan, which was to have Keith Lee claim the United States Championship way back in February and go into WrestleMania as the United States Champion. That push went to Matt Riddle instead into WrestleMania when it became Sheamus, and then later it was going to be Keith Lee taking the championship from Sheamus, but he was pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. Instead, they're taking the pressure off. Lee started out in a match with Bobby Lashley where the plan has been described to me as take a few bumps, get back without breaking anything. The matches with Karrion Kross were there to carry over until the return of Jeff Hardy. Once again, the intention was take a few bumps, come back without breaking anything. And again, he took several bumps and then came back without breaking anything. Lee will be permitted to work his way back to full fitness in much the old-fashioned football style. There'll be no pressure on his shoulders, and, from what I've explained before, Mia Yim will also be on Raw alongside him in some capacity to offer support backstage and possibly to get involved in the fight out there in the ring as well. Brandon says, I feel sorry for Lee after watching his video the other day. I felt bad for the guy. He's clearly been through a very, very tough time. A very tough time. And he's had to deal with a lot of people and so-called journalists piling on to make his life a misery at times. It's been absolutely pathetic from people who are supposed to be there sharing public knowledge for the public good in public interest. And none of that has happened. They just wanted the scoop. I hate scoops to journalists. Hate them. Michael says, Twitter again jumps to conclusions without having any of the facts. Exactly, that is exactly what happened. And they were fed by people who were desperate to get the information first. Because that is Twitter nowadays. Twitter is designed to be breaking news. Information literally as it's happening. Literally as it's happening. But there was no information here, so people started making shit up. Ricky says, damn, hope Keith Lee's okay, good to see him back. Agreed. I'm very happy to hear as well that they're going to be taking their time with this.